Hi, this is Linda Morris, and today I want to talk about Nikken Joint Complex and the CM Joint Complex that's topical. I've taken this for many years because it works. And occasionally I run out of it. You know, sometimes you take more and then you're like, oh, what happened? Why is my neck acting up? Why is this happening? And you're like, oh, joint. I ran out of my joint. So then I immediately go to my cupboard and take 3 or even 6 at a time because it works so well. And it's a green capsule, gel cap, slides down pretty easy. I remember being at a friend's house one time and I had my dance instructor, the owner of the dance studio that I was going to, he was going to Slovakia to visit his mom. And he kind of forgot that, oh, I need more of this for my mom. Can you give me everything you have? And what can you find in the neighborhood, you know, from friends? And I gave him everything I had. And then I ordered, and I was at their house one day. I'm like, why is my neck acting up? I didn't do anything to deserve this. And I'm like, oh, joint, I ran out of my joint complex. And so I asked them, like, can I get 6 capsules? And they're like, 6? And I'm like, yeah. And I was still at their house about an hour later. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's kicked in now. It's working. My neck, I can move it again. Look. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll see what Nikken has to say about the CM complex joint. Let me get some of these things out of the way so we can see it better. Well, this is the topical. We can start with the topical because I think it's, you know, especially if you do have achy, stiff areas, it's best to take it, you know, work on that from both internal and external.
We're seeing the capsules, Linda.
Oh, you are. Isn't that fascinating? Thank you. Take 2. Let's try that again. Okay, is that the capsules you're seeing now still? Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yay. See if I can make it bigger, maybe. Anyway, I'll just read it for you guys. Joint mobility. CM Joint is an advanced formulation that contains high potency cetyl myristoleate complex to nutritionally support collagen, bone, and connective tissue repair. CM complex is cetyl myristoleate combined with glucosamine methyl sulfonamide, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I love these words. And compounds from the boswellia plant, which has long been used in Ayurvedic and other complementary practice. RCM complex is endorsed by the state of H.W. Deal, the National Institute of Health researcher who developed cetyl myristoleate. Natural surfactant and lubricant properties of CM support healthy joint function. Superior bioavailability of our CM complex that remains liquid at room temperature, rapid absorption, supports smooth joint movement and connective tissue repair. Desired results may occur over consistent usage. Of course, not evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration because this is a supplement. It's a food. It's not chemicals. So how to use: take 3 soft gels daily, preferably 1 with each meal. If desired, increase daily dose to 3 soft gels twice daily until desired effects have been achieved. Then reduce to 3 soft gels daily. And so I also am reminded as I read that if people have had their gallbladder removed, to properly digest oils, you need to take our cleanse and detox product. So it's actually kind of like a liver support and gallbladder support product to make sure it's being properly digested. So if you don't have a gallbladder, you need to take our cleanse and detox product, which I also take every day because, you know, okay, so I'll tell you why. It's good for you. First of all, your liver has so many things it has to do every day. But in addition, in fact, I just kind of connected these dots last month, and I've been taking Nikken's cleanse and detox type products for probably 15 years. And what's unique is I model. So I have a friend that actually has some dark spots on her face and her hands and her legs. And I ran into another model. Actually, I was talking to a model friend of mine, and she's 10 years younger than I am. And we were on air with a product, and they said, and she has dark spots. She's talking about my friend. Of course, she talks about my under eye stuff. So we all have our things, right? And so anyway, she was talking about her dark spots and her freckles, and I looked at her like, you don't have any dark spots. She's like, yes, I do. I'm like, you do? We have these little side conversations, and I'm like, oh, well, I take Nikken's Cleanse and Detox product, and I've taken it for 15 years, and I have very tiny ones. I mean, there's like a little one on my hand. Well, that's a cat scratch, but there is a little one right there. But these friends that are even 10 years younger than me have much larger and darker ones. And I'm like, I've been taking the Nikken Cleanse and Detox products for all these years. So that's a really great supplement. I know it wasn't really the subject for today, but a lot of these things are related. So let me share my screen again, because there is a lot of really great information about cetyl myristoleate. And so let's see, I was somewhere else first. Oh, that was something else I was looking at. It's talking about Harry Deal, and he was employed by the National Institute of Arthritis, Metabolism, and Digestive Diseases with a specialization in sugar chemistry. Very interesting. Deal's journey into studying arthritis began when his friend became stricken with rheumatoid arthritis. The friend's condition worsened to the point of rendering him disabled, and he was unable to continue working to support his family. Distraught at what was happening to his friend, Deal began to wonder why there wasn't a cure. With a new sense of purpose and the desire to help people who were suffering from arthritis, Deal created a lab in his home, working solely in his spare time whenever his full-time career allowed. It was there that the journey to discovering CM, cetyl myristoleate, began. Let's see. So there's a lot of really great information on here. But anyway, let's go back, stop share, and share again. You have to share one at a time. That's how it works. Let me go back here, see if this works, if I change the page. It's not working, you guys, let me know. Okay, here we go, back to Nikken. And I think this is a lot of what I already read from the, well, there it is. And then we can go back to the CM. We could search, maybe not. Sometimes you have to be patient when you're doing 3 things at once, right? Okay, so let's go back up to Nikken shopping cart. Actually, I can just search. Maybe CM. Maybe not. Well, anyway, I will just stop sharing and hold up the bottle. Okay. So this is the topical. So generally, I take 3 of these every day, unless for some reason my neck or whatever is acting up. Now I had a car accident. When was that? 7 months ago. And I don't actually have, that's all cleared up. So thank you to my chiropractor and my CM joint and my Nikken sleeps, my whole Nikken wellness home is really helping. So here is the CM complex. And you don't actually need a lot. It goes a long ways. And then you can just rub it in wherever you have any discomfort. And I was also reading this morning about dehydration is often a cause of people having even more joint issues or discomfort. So making sure you're drinking enough of Nikken's Mag super alkaline water, or the hydrogen water, that's what this is, helps to hydrate you even better, because we're 75% water. Our brains are 85% water. So if your memory is off too, like, well, what water are you drinking? And Nikken actually ends up being the most cost effective, especially if you look over a 5-year period. It Okay, I don't want Norton. Thank you. Okay, stop it already. Okay. You know what? These little distractions just throw you off. I guess I need some more water, don't I? So you're 75% water. And as my friend Heather that's on today, she says, if you're going to do one thing for your health, drink the right water. And Nikken has the right water. It's called a waterfall for a reason. Can I get rid of this little thing that keeps popping up on my computer? I don't know, maybe not. So anyway, CM, drink your water, live in a Nikken wellness home. And if you still have discomforts, make sure you're taking our joint complex. If you do not have a gallbladder, take the cleanse and detox. So is there anybody on here today that loves our joint complex or the CM cream that would like to share? Please unmute yourself, wave at me, and we will have you share. I see Heather. I hear Heather.
I love the CM cream. I don't know. I just find it like a miracle little cream. I've given it to so many people, and they all use it, and they all say that it helps them. It's like a little. Oh, it's just like such a little gift to us. It's so helps. I've got these two thumbs that are kind of acting up, and they have been since before COVID, since before I got COVID. And that's the only thing that relieves the pain and helps me to move them again because they get really locked up. So
It's
I
a
love
friend
them.
maker. I carry it in my purse all the time too. And it's like,
It
oh,
is a
really?
friend
Here,
maker.
put this on. And they're like, oh, wow.
Yeah, and count backwards because I know it takes less than 60 seconds, which to me is a miracle. How does something work that fast? That's beautiful.
Yeah, well, it's actually carried in our Pymac water, which means it's not just sitting on the surface. It's actually getting into those areas and helping to lubricate.
Yes.
Yes, and we have Gary. Gary,
Yes, good
we're adding
morning.
you into this conversation.
Well, I just think an easy way to think about it is everybody knows about WD-40 in terms of their home. So just think of it as WD-40 for your joints. So it's CM cream, and it works as WD-40 works in your house. CM or the joint works in the same way for our bodies. So think of it as just a handy something to have in your home and carry it with you, as you say, Linda. So that's my comment.
And it smells better than WD-40.
Yes, agreed.
Way better. Yeah, I actually have. My brother has a cat that whenever he puts it on his neck, the cat comes over and keeps licking it off his neck. I'm like, it's like, well, it hurt him. I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess it's okay. Yes, it looks like Sandra has raised her hand.
My husband has uncovered that when he does have discomfort in a joint, all he needs to do is take more of the joint. So if people know how to muscle test, that's a good indicator of how many. But regularly, he typically takes maybe 2 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
Okay.
the podiatrist who was at one of our events was talking to him about his certain situation. And he told Al, he said, man, if discomfort occurs and increases during the day, just take more. It cannot hurt you. And so sometimes Al's headed to the kitchen. He said, I just need more of the joint. That's all. I'm fine.
Thank you for sharing. And it's true. And it works so fast that it does work really fast. About an hour, I've noticed. I'm like, more joint.
There you go. No
And
negative
sometimes-
side effects.
You know, I think over the last couple of years, sometimes we get a little lazy because of all the stuff that's been going on. I'm like, I'm tired of taking all this stuff. Like, right, I will not forget this. And actually, my cleanse and detox, it's right under my waterfall in my kitchen, along with the digestion and greenzymes. Marcia.
I keep a tube of it pretty much in my everywhere at my house. I have a tube downstairs in the living room. I have a tube upstairs in the bedroom next to my bed. So if I feel a little stiff or achy anywhere, I just put it on. And lots of times right before I go to bed at night, I'll put a little on my neck and on my feet. And it just is so soothing that it just is delightful to use. And especially if and the interesting thing also is as soon as I'm putting it on, I'll be doing this and moving my neck and I'll hear like crack, 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 crack. And it'll just get loose. It'll just get loose not in an hour, not in 20 minutes, but like immediately it loosens up everything that you put
It is one of those immediate,
yeah.
And I think by rubbing on the soles of your feet, it also helps to open up your sinuses a little bit because it does have a little menthol or camphor in here. It's a little tube of magic. We call it magic. I call it the magic cream. Of course, we have the magic tape also, the dynamic underlayer tape, what we fondly call the duct tape. We have the best stuff. We do. It's just a fact. So got anything achy, stiff, get your joint on with Nikken, both topical and also internal.